In English, people talk about money all the time, but almost never with actual numbers. Today, I'm teaching you the expressions native speakers actually use. Things like, I splurged. It was a total steal. Worth every penny. These phrases come up constantly, and after today, you'll know exactly how to use them. I'm Camila, and this is English with Camila. Let's get into it. Money is one of those topics people talk about all the time, but in a kind of sideways way, without saying actual numbers. In English, there's a whole vocabulary for this, for saying, I can't afford it, or I spent too much, or it was worth every penny, without ever mentioning a single dollar or pound or euro. Today I'm teaching you that vocabulary, 10 expressions for talking about money the way native speakers actually do. This is one of those episodes that will immediately change how you sound, because these phrases come up constantly in real life. Let's start with the most common money situation of all, when you don't have much of it. The phrase is tight budget. Tight budget means you don't have much money to spend. You have to be careful. Every purchase is a decision. You might say, we're on a tight budget right now, or I'm trying to stick to a tight budget this month. Stick to means follow it carefully, not go over it. Tight budget is honest but not embarrassing. It doesn't say, I'm broke. It says, I'm being careful. I'm making decisions. A related expression, I'm watching what I spend. Watching what I spend means paying close attention to every purchase. Or, I'm being careful with money at the moment. At the moment is very natural. It says, this is temporary. Things may change. And a casual one, money is a bit tight right now. A bit tight, very honest, and very common. If someone says that to you, they mean, I can't spend freely right now. Don't suggest expensive things. Be understanding. You can also say, I'm trying to cut back. Cut back means reduce spending. Spend less than before. I've been cutting back on eating out, cooking more at home. Very practical, very common, especially at the start of a new month. There was a year when I was genuinely on a very tight budget. I tracked every single purchase, coffee, transport, everything. It was stressful, but I learned more about money that year than any other. And I learned all of these expressions too, from real conversations. Next, splurge. To splurge means to spend more than usual on something. Not reckless, not stupid, just, I'm treating myself today. You might say, I really splurged on this coat, but I love it. Or, we splurged a bit on the hotel. It was a special trip. Splurge has a slightly guilty feeling to it, but a happy one. Like, I spent more than I planned and I have no regrets. People also say, I treated myself. Treated myself means I bought something nice for myself, as a reward. I had a hard week, so I treated myself to a nice dinner. Very relatable, very human. Or, I went a little overboard. Went overboard means went too far, spent more than was sensible. I went a little overboard at the market, but everything looked so good. That is a sentence I have said many times. And one more, I couldn't help myself. Couldn't help myself means I had no control. I just had to buy it. It was on sale and I just couldn't help myself. Very honest, very relatable. People always laugh when they hear it. Next, worth every penny. Worth every penny means the price was high but completely justified. You spent a lot, and you don't regret a single cent. You might say, it was expensive but worth every penny. Or, the course cost a lot but honestly, worth every penny. Worth every penny is a strong endorsement. When someone says it, you know they really mean it. A similar expression, you get what you pay for. That means expensive things are expensive for a reason. Quality costs money. You might say, I know it's pricey, but you get what you pay for. Pricey means expensive, but in a more casual, less alarming way. Another one. It was a good investment. Investment here doesn't mean stocks or finance. It means, I spent money on this and it will benefit me long term. That mattress cost a lot, but it was a good investment. I sleep so well. Very practical, very convincing. People use this to justify purchases all the time. And one more. I have no regrets. Very final, very satisfying. I spent the money and I'm glad I did. I said, good investment, about my coffee machine 3 times in 1 week. To my partner, to my friend, to myself. I needed the reassurance. The coffee is excellent, though. Next, can't justify it. Can't justify it means you can't find a good enough reason to spend the money. You want it, but you can't convince yourself it makes sense. You might say, I love it, but I just can't justify the price. Or, I've been looking at it for weeks, but I can't justify spending that much. Can't justify is very honest. It says, I want this, but I'm being responsible. A similar expression, it's not in the budget. Not in the budget means, I've planned my spending and this doesn't fit. Very clean, very final. Leaves no room for argument. Or, I can't stretch to it. Can't stretch to it means, I don't have quite enough, just beyond what I can spend. I love it, but I can't stretch to that price right now. Right now is important. It leaves hope. Maybe later, not today. And one more. It's out of my price range. Price range means the range of prices you can comfortably afford. That's a beautiful apartment, but it's completely out of my price range. Very natural, very common, and very useful when house hunting or shopping. Next, broke. Broke means having no money, or very little, completely out. Very casual, very direct, not embarrassing between friends. You might say, I can't come out this weekend, I'm broke. Or, I was completely broke after that holiday. Between close friends, broke is just honest. No drama, just reality. A slightly softer version, I'm a bit skint. Skint is British slang. It means broke, but in a lighter, almost funny way. Can't make it tonight. I'm a bit skint until payday. Payday. The day you receive your salary. A very important day. And one more. I'm running low. Running low means I don't have much left. I'm getting close to empty. I'm running low this month. I need to be careful. Very calm, very neutral, just a statement of fact. Next, penny pinching. Penny pinching means being very careful with money, almost too careful. Every small expense matters. Nothing gets wasted. It can be neutral or slightly negative depending on tone. You might say, I've been penny pinching all month to save for the trip. Here it's positive. You're working towards something. But you can also say, he's so penny pinching, he won't even tip. Here it's negative. It means too cheap, ungenerous. Context and tone make all the difference with this word. A related word, frugal. Frugal means careful with money, but in a positive, intentional way. You might say, she's really frugal. She never wastes anything. That's a compliment. It says, she's smart with money. She's disciplined. Frugal is more positive than penny pinching, more admirable, less extreme. And the opposite, generous with money. He's so generous, he always insists on paying. Insists on paying means he won't let others pay. He wants to cover the bill. That is a lovely quality and a lovely expression. Next, a steal. A steal means something was much cheaper than you expected. A great deal. Almost too good to be true. You might say, I got this jacket for 20 euros. It was a total steal. Or, that restaurant is such a steal for the quality you get. A steal makes you feel clever, like you found something others missed. A similar expression, I got it for a bargain. Bargain means a good price, something cheaper than expected. I found this at the market for almost nothing. Total bargain. Or, she's a great bargain hunter. That means very good at finding cheap things. And one more. It was a great deal. Deal means an arrangement or purchase where you got good value. Very common, very flexible, works in almost any money situation. Next, live within your means. Live within your means means spend only what you earn. Don't buy things you can't afford. Keep your lifestyle matched to your income. You might say, my parents always taught me to live within my means. Or, it's not exciting, but I try to live within my means. Live within your means is serious advice, but said kindly. It means be realistic, be responsible. Don't pretend you have more than you do. A related expression, don't spend what you don't have. Very direct, very clear. Often said by parents to children, and still very relevant as an adult. Or, I try not to live beyond my means. Beyond my means means more than I can afford. Some people live beyond their means and regret it later. Very common, very true. I grew up in a house where money was always discussed carefully. Not as something to be ashamed of, just something to pay attention to. And that taught me a lot, including all of these expressions. Money talk in English doesn't have to feel uncomfortable. The right words make it feel honest and normal. Last one. The best feeling in any money situation. The phrase is, it pays off. It pays off means the effort or money you spent was worth it in the end. You did something difficult or expensive, and it turned out to be a good decision. You might say, saving every month is hard, but it pays off. Or, investing in that course really paid off. I got the job. Paid off, past tense. It already happened, and it was worth it. People also say, it was worth the sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving something up, usually comfort or money or time. We saved for 2 years. It was worth the sacrifice. That sentence says, it was hard, and it was worth every bit of that hardness. Very powerful, very human. And one more. It all worked out in the end. Very calming, very common. It means we got through it. Things are okay now. That sentence is one of the most reassuring things in English. You can say it about money, about anything, really. Okay, full recap. 10 money expressions. Tight budget. Splurge. Worth every penny. Can't justify it. Broke. Penny pinching. A steal. Live within your means. It pays off. These are the phrases that let you talk about money honestly, without numbers, without awkwardness, like a native speaker. Your challenge today? Leave a comment using one of these expressions. Tell me about something you splurged on recently, or something you found that was a total steal, or something that paid off. I read every comment. I would genuinely love to know. I'm Camila. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.